Hey guys, here we are. All right, the ones that I've talked about earlier on, you know, when we talked about our Heal Country, the NAIDOC theme for this year. So what we're going to do now, we're sending an art pack home with you, okay? And in that, I'm going to take you through the steps of what we need to do. And remember our symbols. Remember I said at least 7 symbols that we've got to put in there, the kangaroo and everything. And remember these ones on that booklet, and what we ran through is all the kinds of different symbols and that. All right, so what you will be getting in your art pack is this one here, like a white canvas first off, all right? But what I want you to do is the same thing at our school, is paint it black, okay? Get it nice and black, all right? Let it dry for a day, and then we'll go into what we've got to do. So in our little art pack that we get, we'll get different size sticks for the different size dots that we're going to use. So we have a sort of the bigger one, remember our little short fella, that's your bigger dots. All right, medium size, this stick, and then we have our small ones. Remember, you can either use that end or we can use this one here with a pointy end. So they're going to give us all the different varieties in our dots that we need. All right, we know our steel wool. You've used this before. Remember when we use our steel wool? And remember that dabbing motion that we do? Yep, to get our backgrounds and the colours. You don't have to use this one, but if you choose to use it, yeah, it gives a good effect in the background. Then you'll have your colours, all right, in your little containers for the colours. And for the river, you've got a dark blue, all right? Remember, our river is a nice light blue. So we have to mix a little bit of blue, only a little bit of blue, with the white, okay, and give us that colour, all right? Remember, don't overdo it with that blue so it doesn't come up too deep. So that, I matched that colour with that one there. See, so that's what we got. All right, and in this art pack too, we also have our chalk. Remember our chalk? Just like we did in class, guys, same thing. I want that river running through that middle. See? Like I've got mine there in that picture. So we draw, just remember, draw that river, don't draw him in a straight line. Remember, a river, always gentle, nice, flowing, just like railway tracks. All right, so we do them this way. All right, and then you will, once you've done your river and everything too, you can also draw in your symbols, you know, that we're going to do. And them kangaroo tracks, that emu, remember? Here, like, yeah, kangaroos are in here. And them emus, yep, they were down here. So we've got them all in there. So do your symbols, and remember the circles, the people sitting around. Remember the colours here. The colours represent the dark brown represents the country, remember? And then where the ocean come out to be the light blue, remember in that steps that I took you through. So all different symbols. And then the anthills, remember the anthills up here? Yeah, they were in it too. So all them symbols that we're going to put in, make sure you put in them bush tucker, put in, you know, them nice little bush tucker feeds, draw them little branches in it and everything. So draw them all in, just rough, remember? And it doesn't matter if you make a mistake, guys. Remember, this chalk rubs out later on. That was our secret, you know, that I said, don't worry about it, Uncle, we'll worry about that later. So this rubs out later on once we finish our kit and everything. So this is what we're going to do. So have you got that, all of that? But for the background too, remember when we do our dabbing and how we put it in, remember, make sure that once we're doing our dabbing and that we make sure that we only thin it out. You got your paint, don't put it in too heavy. Remember what I said? We got to dab beside it and then put it onto our painting. Remember, like if you take it out to the side, thin it out, remember, just scrunch him up nice and thin, then he goes down into there wherever you want to put him, and then that motion, just that dabbing, nice and soft. We should come up with something like that. All right, and remember, if we're going to go, you might want to just go 1 or 2 colours, but remember, if we go the darker colours, remember if you're putting 3 colours, make sure that you go the dark one in first, the light one, and the dark, medium, and then the light on top. All right, so that can give you that colour. You might like it this one, you know, you might like a little bit of purple, white, green, you might like it that. Or another one here, you can sort of stay with Australia. You want to go Australia, mate? You can go them colours. So they're all kinds of, with that little dabbing, you know. And you've learnt this technique in class, but if you want to stay with the more traditional colours and that, we can go with something like that. All right? So I think that really wraps up our little tutorial that we're doing about our art packs and everything. So remember what I said, you start with the white, then we paint it black, let it dry for that day, then do your sketches, put your symbols in and draw the rivers in, okay? And then just take your time, guys, all right? All right, thank you very much. Yalu. Okay guys, this is what we're going to do. Remember we were talking about our symbols. So to draw them in, just like we had in there in the picture. So if you want to draw that meeting place and that circle, same kind of stuff. Just remember, it doesn't have to be really neat, just has to be anything, you know, that sort of looks really nice. And remember, kangaroo, them trails, so how you do that one, just like that. You can sort of put him around, coming around, and all you do with these, you just do that little tick off to the side. Doesn't have to be perfect. See, big, small, doesn't matter. Still a kangaroo symbol. Yep. So that's him, that's that kangaroo. There's like the water hole, there he's meeting, you know. Then if you wanted to put Aboriginal people actually sitting around that circle, you can do that, you know. And then we will draw him sort of more like this way with a little U shape, remember? Draw that on the back. That can be around like that. Remember, you can always adjust this, guys. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just them shapes. And if you want to put another one back over here, you know, you can do that too. And with them coming around, see, it doesn't matter with these, you can just round them off. And another little one here. And the same thing, just round them off. So you can put them in there, and more or less something like here. And probably a last one there. And notice, they're not all the same size, but they can be anything. Meeting place, Aboriginal people sitting around, there you go. Then you can put your bush tucker. You can draw a stem or something like this. Then you can draw it like coming off here, your little leaves, like your little branches, just like that. Then, you know, you can put your food on the top of the end, the buds on here like this. So these are all, you know, like your bush tucker, something like that. Yep, this way over here, if you wanted to put that, remember I said that emu? So how we sort of do him, just do that V shape. And remember his toe, but his toe's got to be longer than the other one, see? Then another one back over here. Sort of like that, all right? So that's that. Then if you wanted to put some stars in there, just the last one, just a circle. Just put a little star. That's it, just drawing your symbols in. There we go, guys. Pretty straightforward, all right? And then you put your colours on top of that, all right?